haven't signed in, please sign in before you leave tonight. Our speakers this evening are Donna Beitman from Millersburg and Brenda Leitzel from Eville, and I'm going to let them tell you all about themselves.
Is it working? Okay, give you a little history on our shop. It's called Believe in Blessings. We're at 22 East Main Street in Eville here. And before we were there, it was a craft shop or a gift shop. And then it was Regina's. Everybody remembers Regina's. And then Don said tonight, and I'm not aware of this, Don, can you mention what was there before?
Snyder's Hardware Store.
Snyder's Hardware Store. What year would that have been? I have no idea.
1950 plus, I don't know.
He's correct.
Yeah.
He knows his stuff.
Okay.
Never said that before, Dennis.
So how it all got started was back in 2014. There was a local lady here in town that her husband passed away, and she felt she wanted to do something for the community. So she decided she wanted to start this thrift store. So she got it up and running, and I ran into her one day, and I hadn't seen her in 30 years. And she said to me, what are you up to? And I said, well, I just retired. And she said, could you help me get this, up and running and help out? I said, sure, I'll come in one day a week. Well, I went in one day a week. And she admitted that she had no clue how to run retail. She was like lost. So she said, well, what do you think, Brenda? I said, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. You got to get tax, you got to give the governor the tax. And she didn't understand any of that. So I just went in and started showing her what needed to be done. And she said, oh, this is a lot of work. Yeah, it's a lot of work. And she just was overwhelmed. So she just more or less faded out of the picture, and that's how I got started. And one day Donna came in, had a sign in the window, volunteers needed, and Donna stopped by, and she had a lot of retail experience. Her business was angel pins, right? She would go to craft shows, and she would make these really nice pins, and so she had a lot of retail background also. So that's how we got her. We have a board. Maybe there's like 4 or 5 of us, but usually we don't have to have a whole lot of meetings because it basically runs itself. We have 13 volunteers, and we have a whole crew is great. We have some volunteers that love to clean, some volunteers that love to redo things, like there's a wreath up here that we have one of our volunteers, if you bring an old wreath in or whatever, she'll tear it apart and make new ones. And she'll reuse whatever she can. So we have a lot of talent. Some people just like to talk to people, wait on people. So we have a really good crew. And there's a couple of people that I see in here a couple of times a week. And we also work with the high school and middle school with kids for a discovery program. They're the honor students that need community service. So we bring them in, and they've been working out real well too. Everything in the store is donated. Everything, the racks, the tables, clothing, everything. Past 10 years, it'll be 10 years in September, we have serviced over 1,500 people. People like that are fire victims, abused women, homeless. We work with the churches, we work with all the schools, and we work with Bonnie Kent up at Human Services. So she sends us people that need, we don't get involved in what your need is or how much you make or whatever. So I let Bonnie do that, and they just send them down, and we give them clothing or whatever they need. We have clothing for this size, women's clothing from extra small to 3X, men's clothing small to 3X. Kids clothing 0 to 3 month up to teenage size. Now when I first got involved in this store, I would say store, but it's shop, they called it a shop. I always thought kids clothing would be the #1 thing that we would sell a lot of. Well, it's not. Do you have an idea what it would be? Barb, do you have an idea what our #1 selling thing is in the store? You've been in the store, so you.
I have. Oh, women's clothing?
Women's tops.
Tops. Okay.
Women's tops, right?
Yes.
Women's tops are the #1 selling item. The next thing is puzzles. Puzzles. Yep. Ladies buy these puzzles, they go put them together and bring them back.
Yep.
You know, but those are our 2 top sellers, right?
Absolutely.
The clothing, we prefer when you donate, you give what the season is. Like right now it's summer, okay, because we have no storage. So right now we're having summer, we'll take fall and winter like in September. We have like organizations, like we have churches that make quilts. So if you bring a sheet in that it's just 1 sheet, it's not the top and bottom, and then said that sheet stained or torn or whatever, we put those sheets aside and we give it to a church that makes quilts. They use that for the matting or whatever. We have another, like if you bring in a t-shirt, like a torn t-shirt or it has oil or whatever on it, we put that in a separate area and have a lady that takes those t-shirts and gives it to some guy that has a garage for his rags. So we try and redo things, reuse them as best we can. We recycle all our cardboard. The clothing that we do not sell, I mean, we get some beautiful things, but then we get some nasty things. Really nasty. Yeah. And we bag that up and we move that on to another non-profit organization. We give nothing to profit-making organizations. So that is the worst thing I think out of the whole organization, that we have to get that clothing somewhere else. Luckily, we have someone that takes it for us, and we're very thankful for him that he takes it, because there's just not many places to take these things anymore. You know, your garbage man don't take them, so we're thankful that we're able to give it to another nonprofit organization. We accept anything except electronics. VCRs, TVs, things like that. We went there and, oh yeah, it works. We plug it in, no, it doesn't work. So then we have the headache of trying to recycle that, so we just decide we're not taking electronics. We'll take like an electric clock or something like that, but no VCRs, record players, things like that. Donna, you have anything else to say?
Maybe you want to share with them some of the places that we have been able to help in the community?
Yes, we have given over 60 different nonprofit organizations in the past 9.5 years. We gave to all the local historical societies in our whole valley here. The Eagle Volunteer Association, we give money there, Millersburg and Halifax Pools, school supplies to all the local schools. We gave 11 beds to kids in one of the local school districts that had no beds. So we work with the Main Street mattress place. That just like blew my mind. I just didn't realize that we had that type of need here. We gave to between 24 and 26 local fire companies. All the local church food banks, the Millersburg Senior Center, the Ned Smith Center, Lifeline Pregnancy Center, Twin Valley Colonnade Theater, Upper Dolphin Human Service, the Children's Museum, and all the local churches that have like craft days, or what do you call them?
Bazaar.
Bazaars. Almost all the churches, we give, we make a basket. Donna makes a basket up. She's our creator on that. We make baskets up and donate that. And, anything else?
You have a dollar figure for all that?
Pardon me?
You have a dollar figure for all that?
A dollar figure?
Yeah. Like how much money did you be given away? Do you know?
How much money? No.
Oh.
I probably could figure that out, but I do, we have a bookkeeper. Thank goodness for that. Because when I first went in there, this lady said, here's a checkbook. No, I'm not doing this. So I have a bookkeeper, and she keeps all those logs, but that's a good idea. I should try and, Well, just for example, we just gave $2,000 to the Eagle Volunteer Association. And we just gave $2,000 to the Millersburg Senior Center. They needed a new roof. So that was just this year. But most of the time, it's what, $250 or something like that. It all depends what our profit is at the end of the month. Because we have high rent, we have a storage unit in the basement that the landlord charges us for that. We have insurance, we have heat, we have electric, we have telephone, and we have credit card machine expenses. So it is a challenge, but it's very, very rewarding. Very rewarding. And we have some people that come, like every Tuesday I have this one lady comes at 10:30. Yeah, she understands, right? There's a lot of people that just stop in because they're lonely. And we're there to listen. I mean, there's some elderly ladies that just want to sit and talk and, what's going on in town, or, it's sort of like Diver's Drugstore used to be. They come in and want to know what's going on and whatever. But,
So all of your donations come from sales?
how we pay our bills is from the merchandise that you bring in.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, once in a while, we'll have an annual support drive, and I will draw a letter up, and I'll send to my friends and relatives and to local businesses. And I don't do that all the time, but we're trying to do it on our own. And we have been. I mean, 9.5 years we are very blessed. And we get gorgeous things, absolutely gorgeous things. But like I said, we get some crappy things too.
You've given away thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just from the sales
Yep.
of
Yes.
merchandise. It's
Yep.
amazing.
It's hard work. I mean, some people will bring in their donations and they won't just give me one garbage bag. They'll bring in like 6, 7 bags. Oh, wait a minute. That's a lot, because we have a very small back room that we have to separate everything. We take everything on the bags, we look at all the clothing, check the pockets, the pocketbooks, we check. Many times we found money in the pocketbooks. We have a donation jar on the counter that people, donate. Like if something's $20, their bill's $18, they'll put the $2 in there. But basically, we survive on just the merchandise, selling the merchandise. In my wildest dreams, I never thought it would have been. I mean, some months it's tough. I'm like, you hold your breath some months that you have enough money to pay the bills, but we're just very blessed. I would say we have high quality merchandise. We sell toys, housewares, what else? Books. Jewelry, yeah. Books is another big thing, and sometimes we get a lot of books, and if we don't sell them, we donate them to a library. The library, they've been going through the books. They don't like every book that we get. And I understand that, because I know the volume of what we get. But yeah, Donna is our jewelry expert and our antique expert. If something comes in and I'll say, well, I don't know what that is. Oh my gosh, she said, that's an antique. You're like, okay, you handle it. Because I'm not into antiques, so I don't know. you know.
Furniture wise, how big of a piece of furniture do you handle,
We cannot take large pieces of furniture.
right?
We want to take maybe chairs or end tables. Sometimes if someone brings me a really nice table and chairs, I'll put it on the porch. But then you have to take the fear of someone stealing it. But it hasn't happened yet, so I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, but yeah, we get some nice things. I mean, I see a lot of people that come into the shop and they're shaking their heads, right? Yep. Anything else? I'm gonna let you talk about clothing.
Oh,
Price it and ask them how much one of those outfits would cost.
alrighty. I think you folks will find out that our merchandise is the best priced in the valley. Is this Dr. Dunner? We get a lot.
Ruby Road.
We get a lot of brand name items. There's a little piece here, $3.50. And when it goes on half price, we do have a different sale every week on a specific piece of merchandise. So one week it'll be ladies' tops, another week it'll be puzzles, half price. So if it's best price now, and then we put it on half price for you also. So you have to keep coming back and seeing what we do have on sale. We have one of those swinging sale signs that we have out every week on the sidewalk to let you know what our sale is for that week. Sale runs from Tuesday to Saturday. And we also, our lady that does our bookkeeping also keeps up with our Facebook page. And she will put on there every week what our new sale is, so you can also check that out then also, let you know what's on sale. Dresses, anybody want to guess?
I'll show you back of this dress. Isn't it cute? It's linen. Okay, so how much do you think that would be?
From your store?
Yes. It
$5.
is.
$5.
Dresses are $5, skirts are $3.50, shoes are $3. Where can you get anything like that in the valley? Just at the shop. So
We only put our prices up one time in the 9.5 years. It was a ladies' tops. We started at $3.25, now they're $3.50.
just to pay the bills.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how many people do you have coming in?
Oh, I would love to know that. We don't have a customer count because we have a register that was donated to us, but I would love to have a customer count. I don't know.
I'd love for Gus to stop by. That would be completely awesome, but hasn't happened yet, but it might.
Some days the store is small. If you've never been there, it's small. I mean, you have a path, you go like a circle. But at one time, I think I counted 12 people in at one time.
And it was packed.
Yeah. But I wish I had one of those things in the door that every time it came in, it dinged, But like I said, we're still very blessed.
What are your hours?
Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 1, every other Saturday. We were open every Saturday, but our volunteers and I get it. I mean, most of our volunteers, the average is 65 years old. I get it. I don't want to work every Saturday either. I mean, it's just 10 to 1, but it still breaks up your time. So we're trying every other Saturday. And we put it on Facebook, and we have a sign on the door. We close these 2 Saturdays in May. And it's been working out, right?
Nobody complained yet.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah, any other questions? No?
Could you estimate how many hours like you both put in?
I'm there a lot.
I'm there a lot too. Amy knows that. I'm bored. I just go into the shop.
Yeah, and it's after hours too.
Oh, this is the after hours, yeah, oh, yeah.
Serving would
Yeah.
have to be.
All right, if you ever noticed our windows, we try and do those windows like after hours, and we all chip in and do that. I mean, everybody comments on our windows, how nice they look. And that is a selling point for us. Right there on Main Street, I mean, there's times we heard tires squeak to look at things, or they drive around the block, if there's things out on the pavement, we'll drive around the block and stop and say, I want that. We can put something out, like last week I had those wrought iron.
Like a planter kit?
Yeah. They weren't even out a day. The sidewalk just sells, and the windows sell.
And also, if people are stopped at the red light, they'll be in their car. So we get a lot of coverage that way also, a lot of advertising.
Yeah.
Where all do your volunteers come from? Mostly local?
Eville, Halifax, Millersburg,
Northside.
Dornside. That's
I
it.
think that covers it, yeah.
Yeah.
The girls usually like to come in 2 hours once a week. So then, between Brenda and myself, we pick up a lot of the extra hours.
It gets a little hairy when people go on vacation. But we gotta do that. You know, it's just, so if you ever see a closed sign on that door, that means someone's on vacation and we don't have volunteers. And a lot of women, older women, do not want to learn the register. They're afraid they're going to mess it up, and I'll say, no, don't worry about it. You know, we'll figure it out. You know, a lot of people don't understand the tax, what you charge tax and what you don't. I had a real problem with that. Okay, pocketbook, when you buy at Boscov, you are charged tax, okay? You're sick of that pocketbook, you bring it in to us, we charge tax on that again. I'm like, this isn't right. So I had a lawyer friend and I asked her, she says, no, that's, when you buy a used car, you're taxed on that car the second time. You know, so we got over that. But, and I say to the girls, if you don't know if it's taxable, don't worry about it. Just give it, give it to them. Yep. But you can look at any of this merchandise up here. It's for sale this evening. This just came in this week, and I thought it was very interesting. It's a shorthand book.
Oh.
Do you know shorthand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to sit and do that homework every night.
I went, wow. So, yeah, that was...
Sometimes it's like Christmas morning.
Yep.
You open a box, it's like, oh, and other times it's, ooh. We never know. That's the fun part. You just never know what you're going to find, and we're helping people with their estates. Grandma or Aunt Mary's moving out of her big farmhouse. She needs to downsize. We're there for that, so you never know.
Yeah, you can always tell when someone's cleaning out a parent's house. They open the kitchen drawers, dump everything in the box, and bring it in. And we're going, well, what about that jar opener?
Oh, Leon.
Yeah, we got a metal Liam Cocker Coal Company metal jar opener this week. I was going to put $1 on it.
It's on eBay for.
Well, we sold it on eBay for like $500. But then we checked again on eBay, then it was $20. So we're not sure. We need somebody that understands eBay. We don't. Last week we had John Wayne pocket knives
and key fob.
Key fob and pocket knife that was already, it was all sealed. And we sold that, what was it, $29.95? $29.95. That went in 2 days.
Right inside the front door, we have a glass curio. And that's where we put the special things, either that are very breakable or very collectible. So come in and check out the curio first. That's where you'll find the really neat stuff.
Do you still reuse plastic bags from the stores?
Yes, you can bring your Walmart bags in, that's how we bag your merchandise, yep. We have a lady that brings bubble wrap, that we wrap like the glass in. We used to use newspaper, but Donna, what was that about?
I saw a story where there was a hoarding situation, and when they went in to clean out her house, her passion was newspapers. And when they got in to get these newspapers cleaned out, paper mites everywhere. So, we don't want to have that happen to any of our customers, so this lady that donates now her plastic, her bubble wrap, these are all things that save on our expenses. If we don't have to buy bags, we don't have to buy packaging, it all saves on our expenses.
We reuse all the tags on the clothing, so we don't have to buy them. What? You want this book? We don't have a credit card machine here, so.
The shopping has begun.
So when people donate, they can only bring things when you're open.
Yes, we have signs, no dumping at the front door and the back door.
But you don't have to make an appointment.
No, you don't have to make an appointment,
Right.
but, we have people that throw it in the back porch and sometimes people just don't listen. And that's okay, we will not turn down, any kind of merchant. Sometimes it gets really full and we'll say, hey, can you bring it back another day? Any other questions? There's quite a few of you in here that have donated, and we appreciate it.
I'm so thankful for you to sharing that. It was just to see all the different things.
There's a lot of people do not know what we do.
Right.
I just did a presentation at our church 2 weekends ago, and people said, "Where are you?" I'm right at the square.
Yeah.
And it's almost 10 years. But that's the nature of the beast in retail. Yeah. Yeah.
You're on the correct side of the square also. That helps.
You are on the correct side of the square. Yes. The other side, it will be a little bit more
Nobody
difficult.
turns right or left coming down the mountain.
Yep. You're right. Yep. We have a free box out front too. Like when something is not selling, or say someone brought a DVD in and only had 2 in and only had 1, we'll put that in a free box. And we have people digging through that free box every day. We give, we cannot sell like a stroller with, like if you had a baby stroller and it had foam, like the cushioning to make it soft, we cannot sell that. We can if we pay $200 and some to the state to have it. It's, you have to spray it with special solution. You gotta buy the solution, and then you gotta buy the tags to put on there.
We do get inspected.
And we do get inspected. They stop by.
So same way with pillows.
Pillows. Yeah.
Stuffed animals too.
Stuffed animals. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess we're on our 3rd strike with them, right?
Yeah, we get some pay get another one, because if we get another one, then we're fined.
Yeah. Oh, then the fines. Yeah.
Wheelchairs too, don't take wheelchairs either.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
No,
Get walkers,
Yeah.
crutches,
yeah, but wheelchairs
depends.
Wheelchairs need inspected as too. For
Oh,
the-
really? Do they?
They have seats on them, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But it's very rewarding. Anyone wants to volunteer, please stop by. We're always open for more volunteers. Oh, and at first we struggled because we had to put the heat and AC in the building. The landlord had
A little window fan, or a little window AC.
and he had coal heat with like the old upright radiators, and then he had baseboard heat. When I got the first light bill, I went, oh my gosh, it was like $350. I'm like, where am I gonna get this money? So I checked into putting a whole system in, so we paid for that. Yeah. Which you have 10 women that are menopausal on last edition. What are you gonna do?
And you have donated to our historical society.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, yeah. We get a lot of, it's like any other business, people come in and ask for money, you know, or ask for this, or ask, just because you have a business, they think you make money, you don't. But we pick and choose who we give to. We give to the more needy type.
All in the area.
Yes. It's mostly like Lycans, Halifax, Eville, Millersburg, Tower City, yeah, the whole, yeah. And we have people coming from all over. They do road trips from Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, they really do. And then I'll say, well, where do you live? And then they'll tell me, how did you get here? Well, so-and-so told me our best advertisement is word of mouth. It truly is. And then they'll come in the store and I'll say, oh, where are you up at Hornies? And then I'll tell them what we have to offer here in the valley. And they're just thankful that there's other places they can go. I say the Gratz Mall, and they'll say the Gratz Mall. The auction. You know.
With masks.
Oh, we made mats, yeah, like all the antique places. Somebody comes from out of town and they want to go to an antique place. We made a map and we said, here it is. This is where you go. Last thing.
I don't know if they can hear you anymore. Did you turn your mic off?
I don't know how to turn it on or off. On now?
There it's on.
Okay. What now?
Now I can hear you.
This got given to me by a lady here in town. She said, I don't know what to do with it. This is a handmade quilt, hand-stitched, by Lena Malser here in town. Some of you will know Lena.
Yeah.
She now is living down at Polk. How old would she be in her 90s?
99.
I don't know, ask Danny.
99.
She's 99.
Yeah, she's 99.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Look up front here. It's the state birds. Okay? Isn't that gorgeous? So I took it home, and that's another thing we do. We take things home and wash them. Like if things are stained or whatever. All this was yellow when I washed it. And we are going to ask for bids on this. So you come in and just, we'll start a bid like a, where are you going to start the bid at? I don't know. Whatever. Say we start the bid at $50 and you come in and you want to bid on it. It'll be like maybe in $10, $20 increments, yeah. But I just could not let this go. She's from town. We figured it was from the 1950s or 60s. She's 99, so. Yeah. And then we have another lady that makes baby quilts. So we're gonna do the same with that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. There was a time we had like Chinese auctions and stuff like that. We're getting too old for that stuff. We want life to be simple, right? But this is, I think, it's all handmade. It's hand stitched. Yep.
What did you wash it with?
Tide and OxyClean. There was a couple spots on that I took a toothbrush, made a paste, and scrubbed it, and pretty much got it off. It took me 2 washings, but yeah.
Beautiful, looks good.
It is. It's really nice.
Put their initials in the corner.
Well, she didn't. No, there's no initials.
Okay.
Yeah. But Lena has no children, right?
Correct.
No children. All right, I guess that's. Feel free to come up and shop, look, feel, you know. You know, we like when people touch stuff because it usually gets sold in.
Yes, so
Thank you.